computer science, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning. If all these jargons confuse you, this video is a must watch for all the students as well as the parents. Because they say you can change your name, but you can't change your career. So watch this video till the end because I'm going to describe and give you all the important details regarding all these branches and specializations with the further scope, also the employability and what lies ahead in the future. Because we have to make an informed decision. So for that, I am here, your captain Shreyas sir, who has been teaching physics and guiding, mentoring students for the past 13 years. And make sure you are also subscribing to the channel Vedantu JEE English, the #1 JEE English, and also smash that like button down there for more such important videos. I'll be making a separate video on all the branch cutoffs, all the IITs cutoff, NITs cutoff for computer science and all these branches. So don't worry, another video is coming for that. Steve Jobs once famously said that, coding is no longer a luxury, or rather, something which you should think of whether I should do or not. Rather, it is more like an essential, like a necessity. And everyone should learn how to code because it teaches you how to think. And that's so true about it. And computer science is the mother of all the branches, which has many specializations, be it data science, computing, and so many other things, operating systems. So many sub branches are there. So it is like the mothership. Now, this is obviously a 4-year degree program which you should focus on. If any college is offering 3 years, then you should be a little bit doubtful about it. And it should teach you all the fundamentals of computing, software development, algorithms, the core engineering principles. And it is basically the foundation of all the IT, information technology, including data science, cyber security, which is now gaining a lot of popularity, artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, everything has the foundations over here which you can enter into. Now, what skills you will be learning usually in a pure computer science branch? Obviously all the coding languages, be it C, Python, C++, they are the core languages. All right, Java also. Sometimes you might also learn some other languages as well. DSA, operating systems, networking, right? Web and application development, that is the core of most of the businesses. So you generally learn all these skills. Check the curriculum of any course that you're entering into. These skills are mandatory. Then talking about the opportunities, obviously the opportunities are much wider. It's a more generalistic branch nowadays. Earlier, 20 years back, it was a very specific branch, but now is not the case. You can become a software developer. Okay, you can become a backend or a front-end developer. These are two different things. So backend is where all the activities behind an app happen, be it data management or how the algorithms are going to work and so many things. Front end is how your user interface is designed, how the buttons are going to work, how the scroll interface is going to work, all of that. Developer operations engineer, that's a very popular role. Database administrator, cloud engineer. So these are some of the beautiful, amazing, high paid career opportunities which are not going to die in the near future. Obviously, all the FANG companies are going to be highly interested in your profile. If you are from a top college and you have got a top degree, obviously the FANG companies, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Flipkart, Facebook, right, Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, well, they also offer roles, but they are not very highly paid. There are a lot of startups in India which offer very good I would say roles in terms of position, in terms of the skill development. Although some startups may pay really well, some startups which do not have funding may pay you little bit less, but the experience that you gain is really, really valuable. And that is what something you should look forward to. You never know, you might become the next CTO, which is the chief technical officer of some company. So that is something which you should look forward to. And a lot of people also do freelancing projects for government or even private agencies. So there is a lot of scope. Even SaaS, like software as a service, where, say for example, you have a need for my company, I need to develop a specific app. So that's something which you can also look forward to. So a lot of companies do have those specific requirements. You can be an independent freelance developer or gain expertise in a startup or maybe a top-notch MNC. So a lot of scope is there, worldwide and within India. And the best part about computer science is that the scope is not just limited to a place or a country. The opportunities keep knocking on your door from different countries, right from South Korea to America, Canada, and Europe, even for that matter, sometimes in UAE. All right. So you have a lot of opportunities as you climb up the ladder. Having said that, there are some pros and cons. The pros being it's a very wide branch, so you have a lot of flexibility in terms of geography, in terms of different roles, and in terms of different sub specialities that you can narrow it down to as you progress in your career ladder. And the you will keep learning newer languages, newer technologies, and you can keep on honing on newer skills, and you can definitely expand your horizons. The cons being there are too many software engineers, guys, obviously being the top branch. Even there is no rule that after a point, maybe 4 or 5 years, your degree may not matter so much, your skills will matter. Even though you're an IITian, but from a tier 2 or tier 3, some graduate is able to do better coding than you, then he will be given or she will be given better preference. So please understand that. So there is a lot of competition and the skills matter a lot. And the things, the models, the languages, and all these things keep changing rapidly. So today there is Python, tomorrow there might be something else. And you need to constantly update yourself. And also remember that after a certain age, your competition is not just your peers but also the fresh graduates, because they will be thinking very differently. So you should be in that mindset that I have to constantly improve myself. Well, higher study options are definitely there. Whether it is MTech in computer science, cybersecurity is a very popular, I would say, specialization, and it will be a very demanding space in the near future. So if you're looking for that, please go ahead for it. Even you can specialize in artificial intelligence, machine learning. You can also go on to the management side, but that will be completely non-technical then, but your technical base will help you in your management. You can also give many competitive exams like GATE, GRE, GMAT, whatever, in case you want to study abroad or you want to study in India in the top premier institutes. Usually many students definitely go for higher studies, so that obviously your pay packages improve if you have gathered those necessary skills. Degrees don't matter, your skills will matter. Keep that in mind. Now let's go to the next part, which is big data science. And they say all the famous quotes, guys, who has the data has the power. That's very true. Maybe 500, 400 years back, it was like who has a bigger army has more power. Now it's not like the case. So all the big companies have all your data, credit card information, who you talk to, what kind of shopping preferences you have. So if you can show the person the relevant information, there are good chances that the person might buy that thing or whatever. The algorithms work exactly like that, and data is as precious thing and will last longer than the systems themselves. Tim Berners, the inventor of the WWW, World Wide Web, I mean, he himself is saying that. So having said that, data science is the core of the business. Government, health, retail, education, finance. You take healthcare, all the data will be stored somewhere. What kind of diseases you have, what is your BP, what is your sugar level, this, that, which doctor are you referring, which city are you from, where are the patients coming from, everything. Retail, meaning where are you buying groceries, what kind of groceries, what kind of brand, what prices are you looking for, what kind of discounts do you look for. So much of data, and every day the data keeps on getting added. So the skills that you will be learning is data cleaning, analysis, visualizing, predictive modeling, what will happen next. Python, R, definitely. Big data handling, Hadoop and Spark, real world analytics and dashboards. That's the skills you should be looking for in any data science course. There are a lot of I would say premier institutes which offer data science as a degree, online correspondence. And the best part is you get the tag of that premier institute, basically IIT Chennai and even BITS Pilani. Those are the most popular, I would say, premier league institutes offering data science degree. In case you have already chosen a career path, definitely please look forward for those courses. It's completely online. Fees are also not too much, and the degree holds a lot of credibility. All right, having said that, career opportunity as data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, big BI developer, ML engineer, all of this is very popular in today's world. And top recruiters, all the top famous companies in big data, Mu Sigma, you might have heard of that. ZS Associates, Accenture, Cognizant, IBM, Deloitte, startups and product companies in fintech, edtech, and health tech. Even we too, we need big data specialists, guys, because we have so much of data and we need to know what student needs, what kind of doubt they are going to ask. Our doubt solving abilities are, handled by most of these engineers only, by the way. All right. So there are a lot of startups, and even in finance, big data plays a very big role, because if you know how a consumer is going to spend, what is the prediction in the near future, what date should I put up an offer, all these things happens in data science. There are a lot of pros. Obviously, you have wide range of industries in which you can enter into, because be it retail, be it edtech, be it space technology, be it fintech, everywhere you will need data science engineers, and there is obviously a lot of demand for it, and it is really rapidly growing in the near future. There seems to be no end, but there is only one problem in that: there is less focus on the core scientific or core computer science topics like operation systems, or those very core engineering subjects which are there in computer science. That exposure is little bit limited, and you cannot directly shift from data science to a pure software development job or a systems engineer job. So hardware or pure operating systems and software development, so those career opportunities are very limited if you become a data science engineer. Higher studies options are definitely there. You can get certifications from Google, IBM for becoming a data analytics person. You can also give a lot of competitive exams. You can do an MBA. You can go into management. A lot of people do that. MS in data science, artificial intelligence, business analytics is the most popular postgraduate program student go for after this. Okay. Now comes the big elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant. And who is that? It's artificial intelligence. And NVIDIA, one of the most valuable companies in today's world. The person who uses artificial intelligence will take your job. AI will not take your job. The person who uses AI will take your job. And this is not me saying it. The founder, the CEO of NVIDIA is saying it. Even Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Alphabet, formerly Google, says artificial intelligence will have more impact on humanity than fire, wheel, electricity, internet. These are like the core inventions in our entire human history. AI is just like the invention of fire. That's what he says. But there are also some dark statements being made that Sam Altman, who is basically the CEO of OpenAI, everybody has been using ChatGPT now. I'm worried what rate society can adapt to something so new and so revolutionary and so drastic. It's very unpredictable what's going to happen, right? Because AI is revolutionizing thing. It's taking away many jobs and changing the way we look at the world and humanity. And Elon Musk, he has even bolder statement to make. Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Wow, that's crazy. So artificial intelligence is basically you think like a conscious being and you adapt, you evolve. That's what has happened to us over the past hundreds, thousands, and millions of years. And AI is basically doing that, and it needs a lot of power. It needs a lot of hardware, very high efficient hardware, and it has to adapt, evolve, learn, think. And the next thing after AI is going to be super artificial intelligence, yeah, general artificial intelligence. All these are the next steps, and that is going to happen in the next 4 or 5 years. So artificial intelligence is the core of the next thing, which is artificial general intelligence and all of that. So in the near future, there is definitely AI, and there is no denying this particular fact. Many skills that you will need is Python, R, SQL, skitlearn, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, data wrangling, visualization, regression methods, classification, clustering, model deployment and evaluation, AI ethics, and problem framing. A lot of things that you will have to learn. Many opportunities: AI engineer, ML engineer, NLP engineer, AI research assistant, data scientist, or for whom knows, you just know how to use AI and build a business. Like I know some influencers who are training their entire appearance and modeling themselves into an AI avatar and generating business on Instagram and WhatsApp and so many other social media platforms. So you should know how to use AI properly, or you can develop an AI tool for somebody. Lot of recruiters right from Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Nvidia, Intel, IBM, ZS, New Sigma, Fractal, AI startups, Unifor, Yellow AI, and so many companies. You see any company nowadays, instead of .com, they have .ai, which means they are looking forward to scale their business and cut down on their costs and improve their efficiencies by using AI tools. A lot of pros are there. You are ready for the job market. Lot of industries are going to hire you, and the curriculum is very relevant in today's world. It is not outdated, and you will be exposed to the entire world, not limited to a specific I would say branch or particular geography. Lot of cons: it's highly specialized, it's not as flexible, requires very strong maths and statistical background. That's the con in it. Although you're very specialized, but that specialization is exactly what is going to pay you very, very high. And a lot of higher studies options in AI, ML, robotics, data science, even in the near future, drone technology and all of that is going to come. So you can also do PhD in data science, neural networks, artificial intelligence. You can also do MBA in tech analytics, although I would not advise it so much unless you completely lose out interest and realize, okay, I'm not so great at maths or analytics. Then in the first place, you should not be taking AI. Okay, so maths and analytics should be very, very strong. So, simple takeaways: choose computer science for maximum flexibility, choose data science if you enjoy maths, statistics, data patterns, analyzing real world applications, and incline towards data and analyzing, lot of data. Choose AI and machine learning if you are ready for heavy mathematics, advanced programming. It is not simple coding. You cannot just Google and get the code. No, guys. And the curriculum is very specific. You will be going very deep into intelligent systems and emerging technologies. Okay, so that is the key takeaway. Now, if you want more such advice, counseling, branch cutoffs, different colleges and courses, etc., please let me know in the comments below. And any questions that you have, please put it down in the comments. Okay, thank you for liking this video. If you have not liked it, please do that. And yes, subscribe to the Vedantu J English channel. Bye bye. This is Captain Shreyas signing off.